We all have a yearning for love, but relationships can be confusing and complicated. Dr. Tammi Baliszewski says it all starts from within. It starts with a journey to center. Here's your host for Journey to Center on Empower Radio, Dr. Tammi Baliszewski.
Hello. Today, we're going to talk about beauty. Beauty is something we all respond to, a quality many people strive for, and if given the choice, most would prefer to embody. I think it's because beauty is the very essence of who we are. Now, here is a question for you. Have you ever had the experience of meeting someone and initially thinking they were quite beautiful, but then after getting to know them, not so much? Or how about meeting someone and thinking they were not particularly beautiful, but after getting to know them, they transform into beauty? The truest truth is that authentic beauty comes from within. I love this quote from author Marcus Zusak. Sometimes people are beautiful, not in looks, not in what they say, just in what they are. I was personally in the beauty business for many years as a hairdresser and makeup artist, and I loved helping people look their best, which in turn made them feel good about themselves. Then later, when I was going through the depths of my heartbreak and despair, taking care of myself and putting on some makeup helped me feel better about myself, which supported me in taking those next important steps on my healing path. Beauty can bring peace to our emotions, joy to the heart, and a song to the soul. And here to talk more about the power and practice of beauty is a very good friend and very talented makeup artist. If you've seen The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, you may know who she is. And if you've seen ads for Guess, Rampage, UGG, or Target, then more than likely you have seen her amazing work. We have the opportunity to glean wisdom, tips, and techniques about beauty from Dedra Whitt. Dedra started her makeup career over 16 years ago and has worked with many high-profile clients and celebrities, as well as everyday women who want to learn how to make the most out of their features and learn how to play up their personal beauty style. Dedra has always maintained this simple philosophy that true beauty comes from within, and makeup is not about masking, but rather enhancing one's inner beauty. Recently, Dedra started her own makeup line, Simple Beauty by Dedra. Dedra's intention is to empower women through beauty by creating products that take the mystery out of makeup and that are easy to use. If you have 5 minutes and the desire to make yourself feel and look better, Dedra is your girl, and her products are for you. So, Dedra, you are my girl, and I'm so excited to have you here with me today. It's such an honor to be connecting with you.
Well, it's such an honor to be here and connecting with you. And so I love the intro. Wow.
Did you? I'm so glad.
I feel so good. I do all that, and you do all that.
Well, it is what we both do in our own unique ways, I think.
Absolutely.
So I just have to ask you right out of the gate,
yes,
I know you've been involved with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills from the very beginning. How has that experience been for you?
Well, that was an amazing experience, actually. It was interesting because it was definitely a learning curve. My best friend, Camille Grammer, is a Real Housewife of Beverly Hills, or she was. Now she's a friend of Real Housewives. We don't really know at this point what her title is, but basically she started out on the show, and I've been doing her makeup for 13 years. I was her friend, so obviously she came to me when she needed to have makeup done, being that I was a makeup artist. And when she was given the opportunity to do the show, she and I both talked about it, and she decided that it was something she wanted to do, and I went along for the ride. And, you know, at first we just thought it was all kind of fun and games and just had a really good time with it. And it was great because we got to work together, so working with a friend, you know, every day can be a really positive experience, and it was. We had a great time, and we got to play and make her look pretty. And I got to be a part of that journey of that show. And we had a great time. You know, over the couple of years, it got a little strange and definitely had its ups and downs. But ultimately, I thought it was a really great experience. So.
Yeah, I love the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. It's one of my guilty pleasures. I have to admit it. And it's interesting being a fly on the wall watching the roller coaster. So yeah, it's been interesting to watch you on that and to know you personally, and just like it's a wild ride, isn't it?
It is a wild ride. It's a wild ride. And it's easy to sit back on Twitter and Facebook and comment on the show and how women and the housewives handle situations, but not unless you're in it can you really speak about it, because we get involved. Your whole life is on television, and it's easy to get swept up, and it's easy to take things personally, and you really it's a wild ride, and it's definitely an experience. Really, I'm glad I got to be a part of it. I really am, and I made a lot of great friends actually on Twitter, and and people follow me, and you know what? That's great, because I have a blog, and people read it, and I love getting comments from people, like, thank you so much for helping me. I'm going to try that, or I tried it and it worked, and I feel so much better about myself, and so, you know what? That made it all worthwhile for sure.
Absolutely. It's a platform for you to talk about what your true passion and purpose is, which I think is beauty.
Absolutely. Well, you know what?
So
yeah, go.
I know you work with A-list celebrities as well as stay-at-home moms and everything in between, including me for my headshots, which you did a fantastic job. I get
well, you're so
many compliments on that.
You're so easy.
You're very sweet. I would love to know what the common denominator is in what you do for everyone that you're working for.
Okay, well, that's a great question, because this translates to doing your own makeup. Okay, so I'm glad that you asked it. I look at everybody, I analyze. As soon as I meet someone and whose makeup I'm doing, I start analyzing them. I look at their face. I say, oh, they've got great eyes, or gorgeous skin, or, oh, my God, their lips are beautiful. Or we just start talking, and through conversation, I get clues. I don't normally wear makeup, but I want to feel really good today, or I love makeup, let's go crazy, or whatever. So it's basically listening and then acting on those clues. So, again, like you mentioned in the introduction, I am not about masking anyone. I'm not about changing or altering. That's not what it is for me. What it is it's about bringing out that inner glow. So I always like to say, I want to make my clients look like themselves, but on a really good day. And
well rested, and yes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what? Concealer will add 10 hours of sleep to your appearance for sure. That's the number one beauty product that you can use for yourself that will that does the best for you. But anyway, so that's what I do for my clients. I'll take a look and I'll say, wow, you've got great eyes. Let's play those up. Or, guys, you've got gorgeous skin. And actually, with gorgeous skin, like with Camille, she's got amazing skin. I mean, the girl, she's been blessed with really beautiful skin. And so in that particular situation, we actually don't put a lot of foundation on. We use a very light foundation on her. So it's like playing her skin up, the opposite way, not by putting more on, but actually using less, because you cannot
letting her natural beauty shine.
You cannot bottle beautiful skin. You cannot buy it. You cannot purchase it in a bottle. So, and to get beautiful skin, I mean, there are things that you can do to help your skin. I mean, Camille takes care of her skin, and she takes that time for herself. And that is actually a common denominator of all of those women on that show. I got to know all of them really well, and they all take really good care of themselves. And I really admired that with them. They honored themselves in that particular way. They'll give themselves that extra half an hour or 10 minutes a day to make themselves the best that they can be that way. So that is something that is really great about those girls, too. So anyway, so I look at someone and I kind of decide what we want to play up, and then we go from there. And that would be the common denominator.
Awesome. Well, I love that you're bringing this up, because I think it's something really vital to address, because I know a lot of women, a lot of wives, a lot of mothers that are very, very busy. Maybe they have careers, and they don't put themselves at the top of the take care of list.
No, exactly.
So,
and it doesn't just go with makeup, too. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a really important topic because most women don't take care of themselves. Most moms in particular do not put themselves first, and then that's when breakdown happens. That's when dis-ease like cancer or other types of illnesses occur. And that's something that, that we can definitely talk about,
Yeah, I want to get into that. I really want to know what some of your experiences are with these women and others. What are some of maybe the bullet point things that we can do to really, really care for ourselves? Because again, true beauty comes from within. So
absolutely.
What are some of those things we can do to feel better about ourselves and really embody beauty, true beauty?
Right. Well, it's not a daunting task. It's not like, okay, I need 5 hours today to go to the spa and blow $500. It's not about that. It's about taking 5 minutes every day and doing something for yourself. And there's many ways that you can do that. One thing that I like to do that's very simple is, well, let me bring it back. Let's bring it back even more basic. There's a really great tool that you can use. It's called a mirror. And you can look in that mirror, and this is what I ask all my clients to do. Take a look in the mirror, okay, which is hard for a lot of women. Take a look in the mirror and pick something about themselves that they like and start from there. So that's one thing that you can do really positive for yourself. Take 5 minutes, take a look in the mirror, and meditate on that thing that you like about yourself, and sit and breathe, and even if it's 2 minutes, even if it's 1 minute, just closing your eyes and focusing on that positive thing about yourself. And then more tangible things that you can do. I love lavender oil. I keep lavender oil in my shower. So after I bathe, especially this time of year when our skin is really, really dry, when my body's still wet, I'll take lavender oil. And it's not expensive. You can get it at Trader Joe's, I think, for $4. And you just kind of apply your whole body with lavender oil and let it soak in, and then use a great body lotion. I love Jaqua Beauty. They have a great shea butter it's a shea butter body butter, which works really good. And then massaging that into your feet, taking 1 minute and just massaging the pressure points in your feet is really great. There are great homemade masks that you can do for your skin. You can take olive oil and add a little bit of honey and put it on the stove and kind of get it warm and apply that all over your hair and leave it on for 10 minutes. You can take honey and mix it with egg yolk, apply that to the skin on your face and sit for just a couple minutes. These are things that you can do that don't cost any money, that you have in your house, right? And you just apply them and take a few minutes of time out for yourself. And it doesn't cost any money, and it doesn't take that much time.
I like that. I think so much of what you're saying is really about creating those little pockets of peace for ourselves.
Yep.
And doing it with intention. My intention is to take care of myself right now. And I'm going to, create this little elixir, if you will, and then apply it with respect or love or whatever that intention is. And that can really kind of shift things in a really powerful way.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It really brings it back to just the simplicity and the intention that you want to create. Absolutely. Because by doing that, you're actually saying, I love myself. I honor myself. I'm going to actually take this extra. I make my shower. I don't do the whole spa thing. I don't have the time. I don't have the money to go to the spa all the time. So I actually make my shower or my bath my spa time. You know what? I'll take a few extra minutes in that shower to do a few things for myself, like the oil, or put a mask on my face in the shower. Or it's even the simple task of when you're washing your hair, applying that intention to really massaging your scalp, and enjoying that experience. It's just like you said, just bringing it back to that intention and just creating that for yourself, that inner kind of pocket.
I think it's so important, and it is a simple thing, but it's not always easy. I remember when I first started really listening to the messages, I told myself they were not very nice. I would not say those things to anybody that I was saying to myself. And it was what you brought up, the mirror work. It was such a powerful and uncomfortable thing to do at first, to look in the mirror and say, you know what, I like you.
Yeah,
and to actually say the things to me I wish others would say, to really claim that for myself, because I do think everything's a reflection of our relationship with ourselves.
Absolutely.
So,
and you know what? It doesn't have to be like, it can start out with even something smaller. Like, it doesn't have to be, I like myself. It could be like, I like my eyelashes. I like
slow.
my eyebrows, or whatever. I like my skin. I like my clavicle. I like my chest. I like whatever. Pick one thing. Just start with one thing and meditate on that.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And then expand on that as it becomes more authentic.
Well, and
we can fake it till we make it.
And exactly. And you know what? And that is true. Fake it till you make it. And and that really works. And I write a blog, Simple Beauty by Dedra, and in my blog I did a story on some women that I just was inspired by. And all these women, they were all very different women. They all had they were different socioeconomic, status, and just all three just very, very different. And but what they all had in common was an inner confidence. They were all so confident, and it wasn't about makeup. They didn't all wear a lot of makeup. In fact, most of them did not wear makeup. But it was this inner confidence that they had, a faith in themselves and in God or their higher power, or whatever their choice, what they believed in. That shined through. It was that inner beauty, but that has to start somewhere,
Yes.
It doesn't mean we're all necessarily born with that.
With symmetrical features or whatever. But yes, we can still choose to love ourselves. And I do think beauty comes from exactly that, residing in the place of confidence and love within. Because I know, I would slap on tons of makeup to try to feel better about myself, and it was actually more of a mask than anything.
Absolutely. And look, I'm not going to sit here and put down makeup because I love makeup.
Oh, I love it too.
I love it. And I think that, and that brings it back kind of to my makeup line, which
I want to talk about this. This is very fun for me.
It's Simple Beauty by Dedra, which actually that's what it is right now. And basically, my products are about what we've just been talking about. What my products do are empower women. They are simple products that anybody can use. And again, they're not about masking. They're just about helping women create that beauty. So my first product is a foundation concealer duo. So you don't have to have a concealer and you don't have to have a foundation. You can have it all in one. And you can use it under your eyes. You can use it around your nose. It's there it's foolproof. You're not going to screw up with this. So
I have it. I love it.
Yeah, you can use it a little. It's
so fun for me because as a makeup artist, I've been able to use just either one color if I'm really in a hurry, or if I want to highlight and contour, I just draw it on and I take a little sponge and blend it all together. It's so quick. And the other thing I like about this product, Dedra, is you can take it with you through the airport. You don't have to pull it out of your bag because it's not a liquid. It's more of a solid.
Not a liquid. Yeah.
It travels really well.
It travels really well. It's buildable. You can use a little or a lot, whatever you want. And all the products that I'm coming out with in my line are going to be like that. They're going to be simple, easy, foolproof. If you got 5 minutes, you can make yourself look fabulous. So that's what it's all about for me. It's just I know what it's like. I'm a mom. I have 2 kids. I know it. We don't have a lot of time in our day, but doing a little bit, and this goes back to honoring yourself, doing that extra little bit for yourself, even if it's 2 minutes, is going to send a message out to the world that you care enough about yourself. So, and I think that's important.
It really is. I absolutely agree with everything that you're saying, and it's a journey to kind of get to that place of balance, not doing nothing and not doing too much, but just really taking care of yourself, honoring yourself, doing what you do with the intention of self-love and self-respect. I think that's such a beautiful message.
I think the thing that's different, kind of how my approach is different than other lines, is that the beauty business is a multi-million-dollar business, and it preys on women's insecurities.
Yes.
And that's not what I'm about at all. My products are created as simple tools to help you empower yourself. That's what it's about for me. It's about empowering women through beauty. So I'm not about telling you you have all of this wrong with you and that's why you need this. I'm telling you you have everything right. Let's just play it up a little bit.
Yes, yes. Well, and that is something I love about you and your message and the line that you're creating. You're taking the mystery out of makeup because it can be daunting. It can be confusing. It can be scary.
Yep. It can be scary. And you go into a department store and you are like, oh, my God, I'm being told by 5 salespeople that are working on commission that I need this because I have this wrong with me. And you know what? You don't need all of that stuff. Yes, I mean, if you want to have and you want to take that for yourself, you can. But, you know, it brings up another point that I'd like to make is that before you go into the department store or before you buy anything, be very clear. Set the intention for yourself. Why are you going to that store? Don't just go to the store without an idea about what you want. I think that's really important because women get sucked in by going to the store and they get talked into buying all these things and they don't know what to do with them. When they get home and they go, why did I even buy that? So they spend the money that they didn't even need to spend. So I always like to tell people, look, you know, do your research. What's great about the internet now, there's so many blogs out there. There's so many women and men writing about products, and you can do homework. You can find out, you know, reviews from people. Do these really work? And then you go into the store. Okay, I know I want this eyeshadow. I know I want this skin product. You know, I want this mascara. I want this face mask or moisturizer or whatever. And I'm very clear about that. So you have power there with that.
Yeah. Again, I think that's really wonderful. So say if somebody only has 5 minutes, what makeup products do you think make the most difference and would work the best? Say we have just a short amount of time. What are the basics?
Simple Beauty by Dedra foundation I think, makes a big difference because it's a foundation concealer duo. I think that, not even speaking in terms of particular lines, concealer makes the most difference. Like I said earlier, it adds 10 hours of sleep to your appearance. And that's why I came out with that product too, because it's really creamy, so it blends out really well. So you can use a concealer as a spot treatment. You can use it under your eyes. You can use it around your nose. Anywhere you want to kind of even out your skin tone, concealer is your go-to product.
Yes.
So that I would say for makeup would be top. In terms of skincare, beauty-wise, I would definitely say, you know, exfoliating is key. Whether it is like a pumpkin mask from Jaqua Beauty or Jurlique makes a great fruit enzyme exfoliator, or Clarisonic brush, or just your basic washcloth. I mean, you know, you have to be exfoliating your skin every day, a little bit every single day. And then when you put your moisturizer on, your moisturizer can actually get through that layer of skin to help hydrate. Tarte makes a great maracuja oil that is nice on your skin, which is really hydrating. So there's a few different things there. I don't know if you want me to just stick specifically to makeup, but I'm not sure if you want more on that.
No, I think that's really good. I don't know if this is something you know. Sometimes I'll take sugar and put it in my cleanser and scrub my face with it. It feels like a really good exfoliant. Is that something?
Yeah. Well, I like not necessarily sugar because sugar kind of it soaks in. You know what I mean? It kind of dissolves.
Yeah, it melts a little bit. Mm-hmm.
It melts a little bit. I like sea salt or or something that has a little more. It's a little more granule, but you just have to be careful on your face.
Yes.
You know that because.
You don't want to tear anything.
You can tear your pores, and you don't want to do that. So you just have to be really, really, really careful. That's why I like the Clarisonic brush or something like that, where it's really mild and gentle, and that's something you can use with any moisturizer or any cleanser. But yeah, I like that idea actually, using the sugar. That's cool.
It seems to work really well. I don't know. I've tried a lot of products, but to me that seems
and then you're sweet.
Yes, very clean. And then I put my moisturizer on, and I'm being sweet to myself.
Yeah, you're being very sweet. I like that. I like that.
It feels good. All right.
Yes.
So something I like that you have made available for people, if they're not an A-list celebrity, much like myself, we can get a hold of you, and you actually have done Skype appointments where you will work with somebody and be able to look at them and tell them what you see and what your intuition is and listen to them and give them that personal support. You make yourself very available. Can you talk more about that and how somebody might be able to get a hold of you if that's something that they're interested in?
Sure. Well, I mean, I am on Skype, Dedra Dakota, you can just message me through there. I'm on Facebook, Simple Beauty by Dedra Whitt. You can message me on there. I'm also on Twitter, and I answer all. I mean, I am that's one thing that I get a lot of positive feedback from my followers on Twitter is that, I am accessible. I get a lot of people asking me questions for advice and so forth on Twitter, and I respond to all of my followers. So, but those are three ways. I mean, you could also email me at Dedra@simplebeautybydedra.com. And, I definitely do Skype appointments, and I love that because then I'm actually face-to-face with someone. So I'm actually looking at them, and I offer makeup courses through that too. So,
yes.
Which is great because, a lot of people go on YouTube and they're like, oh, okay, so that's how you do it. But, everybody's different. Everybody's individual, and everybody's got different features, and what works for so-and-so on YouTube is not going to necessarily work for you. So if you have that extra time and want to commit a little bit more to yourself, then I definitely recommend a Skype session.
Yeah, I love that about you. You are accessible. You are responsive. Yes. You are personable. You're very, very warm. So it's really fun for me to connect with you and introduce you to others because I think you do have an amazing gift, and you're so excited about it and wanting to share with others this passion. And
well, you know what? Yeah, well, let me just interject really quick. The reason why is because I love. One of the questions or one of the topics that you brought up was, who do I like to work with? Who inspires me the most? And, I worked with a ton of models that are gorgeous, and they are so fun to work with because they have beautiful everything, right? And celebrities and so forth. But, where I get my biggest thrill is working with regular women who just want to have that extra time and be queen for the day. And they are so thankful and grateful when I do their makeup. And I love that. I mean, that is what inspires me, to have someone say to me, oh, my God, I love the way I look. I feel so good about myself right now. Thank you so much. I mean, and that, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like that feedback from someone. And I just want to bring that to everybody, So
I agree. I think what we do is very similar in that, our intention is really to make people feel good about themselves, empower them, and to help them know how beautiful they are on all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So I definitely,
I definitely do not focus on the makeup and the makeup and the makeup when I'm doing someone. I mean, I think it's the connection. I mean, I am right in their face. I'm in their space. So it is deeper than just the makeup. And I think that they feel good about the way they look because of the experience that we have created together, the talking as I'm doing their makeup, the conversation, they get to relax. I try and create that kind of relaxing environment for all my clients. I'll light a candle, I'll massage their face an extra minute as I'm putting the moisturizer on. I try and create a really great experience for them because, like I said, especially with women who don't normally get that, it feels really good to them to take that time that I'm giving them that.
I know. I've got to experience it. I'm very, very fortunate, very blessed because I've got to experience the magic of Dedra. And again, I want to make this available to whoever it calls to. So Dedra, if somebody's interested in knowing more about your concealer foundation or you, again, can you just tell us one more time how they can connect with you? Okay.
Well, the simplest way I think would be to just go to my website, which is Simple Beauty by Dedra, and it's Dedra, by the way. It's not Diedra. It's Dedra, simplebeautybydedra.com. And there you can learn all about me. You can see there's links to my blog there. There's links to my Facebook, my Twitter. There's links to my foundation, So, everything is all there. So that would be the best place. And then from there, if they would like to, contact me in terms of Skyping or purchasing or whatever, it can all be done through my website, simplebeautybydedra.com. So I think that would probably be the best way to do that.
I would think so. So, Dedra, this has been so much fun. I'm so happy to be connecting with you, and I'm so excited about seeing what happens with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills this season. It sounds like it's going to be a blast.
It is going to be, yeah.
So I just want to thank you, Nate, for being our lovely producer. You're always so smooth. Brent Carey for creating this forum called Empower. I just love having these conversations with these amazing people. And to my listeners, thank you for hanging out with us. I hope you got some little tidbits that are going to support you in really claiming and relaxing into your true beauty. So if you want to get a hold of me, write to me at tammybphd@gmail.com or go to my website, tammybphd.com, spelled with an I. Would love to connect with you and hear from you. And just know that I'm sending you blessings from my heart to yours. May you travel with grace and ease and beauty, onward and upward. Bye for now.